Parasites and how they work in a network. Because essentially, they're in control of nervous system, controlling thoughts, controlling behaviours, the works. So, as always, the Matrix has to tell us, or the spirit world, whatever you want to call it, has to say and teach us the lessons and share with us in every moment, and we have to be told about it, because then we're informed and we're made conscious, so then we can make better decisions. But these messages are often hidden in plain sight, and very few people are able to read the signs, let alone interpret them and actually know what a sign is. So, I was watching the Jurassic Park, the latest Jurassic World movie, and obviously the dinosaurs, or anything as a raptor or a serpent or a snake, represents parasites in the body. The new movie that's coming out, the Marvel Venom one, will start to teach people that there's a fuck ton of parasites in their ass, and they might want to fix that if they can figure it out. Level of perception and awareness. So we know the blue, the controlling raptor of all the other raptors, needed a mother, because then everyone else follows it. So imagine you've got parasite colony A in your nervous system. It's prickly, it's got a lot of gunk in there, and it's a whole environment to itself. Inside there, like, it's microscopic. I don't know what's in there. It's just hate. This is the one that's controlling. I reckon it's here on the spleen and flexure point, but it can be anywhere depending on the individual environment. And this is the controller. So this is going to say, I'm going to say, have a 4x every day, because this one wants to be fed. And then, hang on, but that's just in the top of the body that's making the decisions. What about further along the network? There's another one. And then it just continues and continues and continues down. So the thought patterns only go to, say, this point back to the brain. What about down here? And then then we're in between a rock and a hard place, because we can't figure it out. Subconscious, the message will never get back to the brain. So these things are controlling. I want to have a 4x, and guess what? I'm going to have, I'm going to have those chips, because those simple sugars and carbs are going to feed the fungus and the parasites even more. And you'll notice that when people drink, they go and smoke, and they go have a kebab or chips or whatever. It becomes a cycle. And then you're in between a rock and a hard place, and you can do attitude and get it done for something good for yourself. It's just a pit. It's too far to see, because it has to go through all the thought patterns of all the different creatures and critters in the body that are subconscious there, and then the conscious mind is not aware of it. What can you do? You're screwed. And then you just a walking parasite colony or a walking fungal infection. And you know the hilarious part is, these things go up the vagus nerve into the crown of the brain, above essentially the crown chakra, or the crown of thorns, which is representative of the limbic system that goes around the brain. So we keep people in their mammalian or reptilian brain, or the very safety and security issues, and always thinking about money and doing stupid shit for themselves. Then they're unable to realize what's in the 90% of the brain. Guess what's up here? And then it turns out that people end up being a walking, what I call a fungus muppet puppet. Okay, the frequencies in the matrix tell me to do this, I'm going to go and have a 4x, or I'm going to have BB. And you'll notice that then they think they're addicted to these things, because they're compelled to do these behaviours constantly. They're just unaware and unconscious of what's actually in their body. It's controlling them to do these things. You can fix this. It's easy enough. People go and spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on addictions and thinking and counselling, and that's just talking about it. If you're a fungus, and everybody is, because there's tens of thousands in the whole environment, most people, they're just talking from the Muppet Puppet Show. They're not actually getting into their soul. They're just talking from said parasite, which is the strongest, dominant, feminine mother parasite. And then they can often, it's just they get bigger and bigger. Their subconscious mind goes big, like I'm spiritually big, massive. Yeah, your gut is, which is where your soul is. Spirit's down here. If this isn't in good shape, people can actually call themselves spiritual teachers and healers. And you look at them, they're fucking huge. And they're incredibly disgusting. And they have brain fog if they try to fast. And when you fast, that's your body telling your mind what's actually happening permanently, the whole time. You're just not aware of it. Because the connection between mind and body is complex, sophisticated, and the individual is a fungus, Muppet, and puppet show, thinking like the Matrix all the time. How do you know? You've never taken a holiday in your life? You're always talking about work, you have nothing else to do. You don't have any energy after work to do anything good for yourself. Always talking about work, just mass media, television, always eating sugar, always drinking alcohol. You own and watch television all the time. These sorts of things. Fungal, Muppet, and puppet controlling the mind. And they think they're intelligent. Where do they get their intelligence from? If you're getting it from the Matrix and the Muppet puppets of the fungus and the parasites, completely controlling your behavioural patterns. Where's the soul? Where's the independent thought? Where's the control of the senses and the faculties? It's all here. And these are flesh eating. And this is why the human entity should not be a slave in a system that they pay for and do themselves. So if you're buying your own newspapers, or if you're paying for your own propaganda, when you're mind control, you just think like the government all the time. Government means control mind. You're not thinking. You're fungal, Muppet, puppet show, like the Matrix, everybody's just nameless, faceless zombies. Wow. If that's the life you want to choose, you're welcome to it. Everyone else is doing it. But they end up with chemotherapy, radiation, and cancer. 70% obesity rates. They're all freaking huge, with massive amount of toxicity. Toxicity is the cause of all disease and death. Flesh-eating creatures eating the whole system. And then the system gets cut off, circuit by circuit, nervous system section by section, chakra by chakra, endocrine gland by gland. And then you get people with dementia and mental diseases because they don't have any connection between the brain and the bottom half of the body along with the vagus nerve. Starting to figure it out now, it's connecting dots for you, right? Again, if you don't like it, stop reacting. The reaction is an action, it's a response to an action. It's already in the body. Better fix that. Otherwise, walking puppet show. You can't control your own faculties. You're screwed, aren't you? You're not actually human. And average is 43% inhuman, but then add in how many people are obese in the Western world, and I reckon it's more. 70% obese, 70% cancer rates. It's only going to increase with 5G. Might want to fix the cause. But if the human mind is unable to realise the cause and the effect until they awaken the pineal gland, they simply won't see it. They'll make up a story based on their past history or emotional retardation, which if you haven't figured that out, we've got lots. And it's all stored in the organs. If you don't clean your colon, you'll always be emotionally retarded, creating more fungal infections and more of an environment that is completely disconnected from the solar plexus. So my suggestion is, well, you can come and see me, I'll help you fix it, it's easy. Fuck it off. Get it out of the body, it's the only way. That's the cause. Unless you fix the cause, the solution doesn't come. The mind will come up with a story, oh yeah, I did this, I did that. Okay. Did you get it out? oh, no, I did this process, I went to a psychologist, I went to a counsellor, or, I did everything. And then you get them to write down how many things they did. 3, maximum of 5 for most people. Because they're unconscious, they don't have a clue what's in the body. And their body is cut off, so they will not be able to get the message back to the brain. Unless you find someone who's awakened. Not many of those. So you did those 3 or 5 things that, because it was new and different outside your comfort zone, you didn't know about. You thought it was bigger and hard and difficult because said creature did not want to be found. Yeah, that's their job, is to be indetectable. Because, as we know from all the symbolism, Adam and Eve stories, the devil's symbolism of the serpent or the snake or the parasite or the pretty much the venom or the dinosaur or the raptor, still here. Just get it out, you get the cause, you get the solution. The way you'll find out if you actually got the cause is you'll have massive spiritual expansion, because that section of your nervous system has now got an extra, say, 2 centimeters to play with. There'll definitely be stories and viruses and infecting memories and changing of perception and removing the veils, but you'll feel alive because you just got more connection back to the brain. So naturally you feel expanded. You'll feel magic. What you do with that is, well, it's wise to focus on the divine and learn something great to replace that consciousness into a higher vibration. So feel free to investigate. I can help you out if you like. It's up to you. But it's essentially a choice between life and death. Most people choose death. And then they freak out and they go, oh no, I can't do that, I can't do this. Jesus died on the cross for all my sins, don't worry. He'll take it all for me. Yeah, if you've got Christ consciousness, they will take it for you, because that's what I do every day. But unless there's an energy exchange, why would I bother helping you? What, I'm taking your crap and your parasites and critters and stuff for people? How's that helping me? It means I have to do more work for myself. Well, it's up to you, isn't it?